Welcome to another episode of A Sandwich and Some Lovin'. I am Kelly Raspberry Evans. This is my husband and co-host, Alan Evans.
Hello, I'm Alan. Hey, train in the house. And this week, you're the one in a bad mood.
I'm not in a bad mood. Not in a bad mood.
I'm like freaking Mary Poppins. That's all I'm going to say. I'm like Mary frickin' Poppins right now, and you're the one in a bad mood.
That is so not true.
You
cannot compare yourself.
I'm like freaking Julie Andrews. I'm singing, what is it? The Sound of Music.
Well, that's two different characters.
The hills are alive with the sound of music.
I've never seen that movie all the way through, by the way, The Sound of Music.
I'm so happy. Such in a good mood. I am not going to have a repeat of last podcast.
You feel bad about that?
And I'm not going to no, because I listened to it and it was fine. I didn't sound any more pissed off and gruff than I usually do.
Maybe I'm just, or you're just getting used to it. I don't know.
Now you're pissed off and gruff.
I'm not. I'm happy to be here.
I came in the door 30 minutes ago. Hey, what's going on?
Well, I just had a little tiff with my daughter.
Oh,
again.
okay. Well, let's get to the crux of the let's unpeel the banana. Let's get a peek behind the kimono. Banana. Let's peel it back.
And I'm fighting a cold. But I'll tell you this, I don't get paid by them. Advil, cold, and sinus is the way to go. But I think it just wore off because my nose is starting to stuff up. I'll take some before I go to bed. But Emma Kelly, just no matter what, if you have a daughter, maybe 12, 13, 14 years old, it does not matter what it is. Your daughter is going to not like it. Whatever you like, she doesn't like. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be the opposite of whatever you think or want or say. It's going to be the exact opposite. And it's just frustrating. And just a bunch of stuff. It's just a bunch of stuff. And no concept of what money is worth, the value of money. And it's just, I want this, I want that. And I try really hard not to lose my temper with her because sometimes I think I lose my temper a lot. So I try to temper it. And sometimes with gritted teeth, and she's like, what? You're so mad at me. I'm like, no, I'm trying not to be mad at you right now. I'm trying not to be frustrated. But all you do is ask me, give me this, give me. I want this. And it just gets so frustrating after a while. So it's just dealing with a 13-year-old and then a husband who,
Whoa. Why am I getting thrown under the bus? What did I do? Why do I talk like this? I feel your pain, though.
No, it's just one of those things. It's just a lot of stress
Kelly,
right now.
I feel your pain.
It's a lot of stress, but it's good. It's good. It's all good stuff, except for, the occasional bratty teenager stuff you have to deal with. But, you can't let that affect everything.
No. So here's a little peek behind the kimono. We're going to pull it back a little bit and reveal what's behind it. We're recording on a Tuesday.
Yes.
We usually record on Wednesdays.
Wednesdays and Sundays is typical.
Not that you care, listener, because you listen to the podcast when it comes out on Thursdays. We know you do.
True, but we do have a YouTube family that's small but loyal.
Yes.
And they watch us record it. In fact, let me look, because we're recording it on an off night.
That's our live studio audience.
Our live studio audience, a big 4-0 joining us right now. But that's okay, because this is not a normal night we record.
Now, the reason we're a day early, if you care, I'm going to tell you even if you don't care, is because tomorrow night, which is Wednesday night, Kelly is hosting the EK and Me, otherwise known as Emma Kelly and Me, launch party.
With you, honey. You're hosting it too.
I'm hosting it too. She's launching a handbag and clothing line. She's launching a capsule collection, a fall capsule collection. I don't even know what that means. What does that mean, babe?
Well, I think a capsule collection is a wardrobe of basics that you can mix or match to get you through a season. I believe that's what a capsule collection is. And the pieces we've chosen are interchangeable for the most part. But we've got more coming. So we're just going with what we have, and we're going to get it done. If it was just up to you and me, it wouldn't be done. We have a lot of people helping us that are making it happen.
We have a small team.
Very small team, a very small army.
We're very scrappy. Good. We're very scrappy.
It's good. And it's just a matter of, getting Emma Kelly to work with me on being there for the party because it is named after her. Emma Kelly and Me.
Now, here's what we need at the party. I'm just going to throw this out there.
A happy 13-year-old who's happy to be there?
No, I'm not going to single anybody out. But I will say that at a launch party, it's supposed to be fun.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be exciting.
Yeah.
You're supposed to get people pumped up about all these fabulous things.
Right.
And you need good attitudes there.
I know. I'm
not singling anybody out. I'm just saying anybody on our team needs to bring their good attitude.
Well, that's what we're going to hope and pray for.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is, folks. And you just deal with it as it comes.
That's right.
So anyway, but I think sometimes, I don't know.
What?
I don't need to dwell on it.
No,
I don't need to dwell on it.
Open up to the
understand.
listener. This is what we do.
I remember I was probably really obnoxious as a child. I probably was. And this is probably just payback. I'm trying to remember what it was like to be 13 and 14 years old. I'm trying to remember. I just don't know. It's just a different time and age. And Emma Kelly was raised a lot differently than I was.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm just trying. I'm trying.
Honestly,
And I fail daily. And
No.
I apologize to her a lot. I'm not apologizing to her today. I'm not. I actually said the S word in front of her a couple of times because I was just up to here. I was just, I don't know.
Well, on a serious note, that having teenage girls is not easy sometimes.
No, it's not.
I mean, that's stating the obvious. I've had frustrations too.
There's moments when they turn on the charm, and it's so great. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I want to bottle this moment and hold on to it. And then the next day it's back to
it's just back to normal. Yeah.
Back to normal. And they don't want something anymore.
I'm not a big fan of that phrase, the new normal. But as Emma Kelly is turning 13 this weekend, my daughter's 14, going on 15 in January.
Yeah.
Going to get
close.
her learner's permit.
Very close to that.
We are experiencing quite a bit of change with the young ladies here.
Well, like Alan said, it's almost like our oldest has gone to college. That's how much we see her. Because she's, with all her high school activities and volunteer activities and sports things. It's just, I don't know. Everything's just crazy right now.
We say it a lot, and I know we've said it on the podcast, and we've posted about it too on social media, I think, but everyone says, man, enjoy when they're small because it goes fast. And I used to be that guy. Yeah, okay, whatever. I mean, they're going to be small like for the next 10 years. It goes fast.
I know.
1 minute. Brooke is at the state fair. I got this. One of my favorite pictures is her. She's behind me. She jumped on my back and she's like hugging my neck and she's got this big smile and she's got all her braces and her eyes are closed, squinched and she's got this gigantic smile. And the chances of that happening today, my 15-year-old jumping on my back and smiling for a selfie.
I know.
That the chances of that are
Those days are over.
Next to none.
Those days are over.
Yeah.
But, wouldn't trade it for the world. Wouldn't trade it for the world because I know it's going to be fine. You just have to go through those periods of life.
There's such a different dynamic with boys, too. They're just...
Yeah,
our boys are younger, though, but they're just, I don't know, they're sillier, they're goofier. They actually like to be downstairs and hang out.
Yeah, they like to be with us. So anyway, I didn't mean to start off on that note, but it's just we record the podcast at night, and usually the last thing we do before I record the podcast is have an interaction with my daughter. So that sets the tone. But anyway, we do have a lot of fun, exciting stuff going on in our lives. So who am I to complain?
That was me last week,
I am
babe.
Kelly Raspberry complaining.
Whoa.
That's who I am.
You just dropped a dime. Didn't even use your last name.
Kelly Raspberry Evans.
That was me last week, though. Boy, I had a bad time at that. But mine was a football game.
Yeah.
And I went into it in great detail, but that put me in a tailspin. God, I was so bent out of shape about that.
How long did it take you to get over it? Did we do a study or read a study that said it takes 12 hours to get over a bad mood? That's a long time.
Yeah. I think I just got over it in the last day.
I guess if you just go to sleep and wake up the next day, it's over. Right?
Yeah. I'm not going to talk any more football because I know it probably bores a lot of our listeners.
Oh, no. I mean, it's some people really love it.
Yeah.
It's exciting stuff. But yeah, we do have a busy week coming up. But we're going to talk a little bit more about that, probably more after the fact, about how the launch party goes. There's, a few, I know as sure as I'm talking right now, some stuff is going to go very wrong, but the people at the party won't know that. The only people, it's like when you have a wedding, you spend all this time planning and the pink cocktail napkins aren't the right shade of pink. Well, your guests don't know that. They just want to wipe their mouth on something. You know what I'm saying? So things that mean a lot to you, your guests won't even know. So I'm okay with that if a few things don't quite go to plan. Right?
Kelly has really been I think you've been stressing about a lot around this party. And we have a team of people, Kelly and I included, part
Very
of the team.
trustworthy people.
Yeah, oh yeah, that are taking care of all the planning and all the details. This is like planning a wedding, like Kelly said. I mean, this is a big party, lots of people, lots of moving parts. We got video, we've got clothes we need there, we need mannequins there, we need models there. I mean, there's a lot to coordinate. It sounds simple, but there really is a lot to coordinate. Kelly has really been stressing about this.
It's going to be fine.
So I think after it's over, we can just squeeze her head like it's a big ripe zit and just.
Why would you want to squeeze my head like a zit? I don't understand.
So satisfying. It'll just be so satisfying.
You're going to squeeze my head?
Yes.
I might book a massage.
There you go.
That might be what I do. Just talking about that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll reward myself with alcohol and a massage.
That's the equivalent of squeezing a big zit.
Yeah, squeezing the heck out of my neck.
Right.
So maybe that's what I'll do. Because stress does lead a lot of. I think that's another reason I'm getting a cold is because I've been having a lot of stress tied up about that. It's still going to be great. I know it's going to be great. It's just a little bit of fear of the unknown.
It's going to be fun.
I guess that's what it is, right?
It's going to be fun.
But you know what I'm sure of, that with Emma Kelly and me, we're going to be shipping a lot of things because I just trust in my heart that people are going to love what they see and they're going to be ordering it and they're going to want it shipped to their home. And you know what we're going to count on to get the things shipped at a great rate for us, a small business?
Stamps.com.
Stamps.com.
Absolutely.
You know, running a small business, there's a lot of things you got to do. And we're working literally from our home right now, getting this business up and running. So to stop down everything when we get it boxed up and make a trip to the post office, it kind of makes everybody, everything's on freeze. So how great is it just to have everything weighed, the right postage put on it, ready for the mail carrier to pick up so we don't have to go to the post office? That's the beauty of stamps.com. You're not having to guess about postage because you have a scale that gives you the exact postage, so you're not overpaying or underpaying. And with stamps.com, you get discounts that you can't get at the post office, like 5 cents off every first class stamp, up to 40% off priority mail. Not to mention the postage meters is a fraction of the cost of the expensive ones you get. So stamps.com, it's really a no-brainer, especially if you're a small business owner and you have a lot of mailing to do. It saves you time and money. No wonder over 700,000 small businesses already use stamps.com.
And right now, our listeners get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale without any long-term commitment. Just go to stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in sandwich. That's stamps.com, enter sandwich.
Thank you, babe.
Love stamps.com.
You know, it's interesting. I just did refer to myself as Kelly Raspberry. And interesting you brought that up because my name is Kelly Raspberry Evans.
Dropping a dime.
I wasn't dropping a dime. I was talking about myself in third person, which is equally as obnoxious.
That's dropping a dime, yeah.
That's not dropping a dime.
That's what Shaquille does.
That's not dropping a dime. That's
if you refer to yourself in the third person, you're kind of dropping a dime.
No, dropping a dime means you're bragging about something.
Exactly.
I was referring to me. I wasn't bragging about me.
You have so much presence that you have to refer to yourself.
Well, I thought you were upset that I didn't use Evans.
Oh.
But I just found, here, I'm going to throw out some interesting facts. We're going to shift the energy. I'm going to give you so many interesting facts. It's going to distract me from the fact that I have a Brad upstairs.
Okay, well, I'm Mary Poppins, so let's have it. What? Why do you scoff at that?
You're not Mary Poppins. Be the chimney sweep. Be Dick Van Dyke.
Whoa. Who?
Dick Van Dyke.
Oh.
What was his name in the Mary Poppins movie? It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it.
Beats the hell out of me.
But he does chim chimney,
chim chimney, chim chim cheree. As lucky could be.
Yes. So speaking of me taking your last name, is that becoming an antiquated thought? You know, because a lot of women aren't taking their husbands' names anymore. In fact, it wasn't too long ago that a friend of mine's sister, she's a very bold woman, very bold. And she married a man.
What does that mean?
She's just a very bold, dynamic personality. And when she got married, her husband took her last name. That's very rare. You know how rare it is? Less than 3% of men take their wife's last name when they get married. Now, if maybe a man has a like really bad last name, like a name that's
like Aswipe?
Just something like very vulgar sounding
Belcher.
or something. And they're like, I've been saddled with this name my whole
Whitehead.
life. Yeah, and I want to be something else. And I'm marrying this woman whose last name is Smith.
Pujols.
There is nobody named Pujols.
Albert Pujols, babe.
Where?
Plays in the major leagues. Albert
Pujols?
Pujols.
That's how you pronounce it?
Pujols, yeah.
Well, maybe he wants to marry Lisa Smith and be Albert Smith. You never know. But less than 3% of the men in this country are doing that. But 72% of adults who were polled by Gender and Society, it's a research journal, say they do believe a woman should give up her maiden name when she gets married. Well, I didn't want to give it up because I did that before when I got married, took my maiden name back when I got divorced. And it's not that I ever plan on divorcing Alan. We are in this, whether he likes it or not.
Whoa.
Whether you like it or not.
Whoa.
What are you woeing me?
Why?
You woe for no
why do you
reason
even
sometimes.
Bring that up.
I'm saying, I don't know why you woe me
Bad
sometimes.
karma.
I'm saying we're in this till death do us part, honey.
Well, I hope so.
Why are you woeing? You do inappropriate woeing sometimes.
I just heard the word Allen and divorce in the same sentence. I was just kind of halfway listening.
We're not exactly. That's the problem. You woe me sometimes for no reason. I'm saying whether you like it or not, we're in it till death do us part. So I didn't keep raspberry.
I don't woe you for no reason.
Whoa was for no reason. You weren't even listening to me.
That's not how I'd say it.
Man, I need a massage.
Here, I'll rub your neck.
Thank you.
I'll rub your neck. Okay, keep going.
I kept raspberry
Fight through it.
because I am established as Kelly Raspberry professionally,
Done.
and I didn't want to be Angela Kelly Evans. Nobody knows who that is. So I'm Kelly Raspberry Evans. So I kept it, but I didn't give it up. But anyway, I did take my husband's last name. So out of these, about half of those who responded to this poll say they believe it should be a legal requirement. What I'm finding with a lot of my girlfriends now, they will socially go by their husband's name. But let me tell you, men, you don't understand what a pain in the rear end it is for a woman who loves you with all of her heart and she never plans on leaving you, but to go down to stand in all those lines to get your last name changed legally and all the paperwork that goes along with it. It's a lot. Keep doing that. That felt so good. Oh my God, that was so good.
I'm not used to using my left hand. It wears out really fast.
But anyway, I just want you to know when a woman does that, if you could go with her to stand in that line, you would never expect her to do it again.
What's worse, doing that or getting your license renewed at the Texas, is it the DMV?
Well, you have to do that if you get your name changed legally.
Oh, so you have to do both.
You have to go to the
You get to
Social
double
Security.
dip.
You have to go to Social Security office. Yeah, it's everything, Alan, and everything has to be changed. All your legal paperwork, all your credit cards, everything. It's a pain in the rear. So a lot of women I'm finding socially, Christmas cards, you address it to Mr. and Mrs. whatever, but legally, the women I think more and more are just sticking with the maiden names just because it's simpler.
I guess it depends on what their maiden name is too.
Again, yeah, you want to get rid of some of this heart. But I love Raspberry.
Yeah.
I love that name.
Yeah,
it makes people happy. When little
Yes.
kids say my name, they like calling me Kelly Raspberry.
Yeah, no, I know.
And it's a fun name, and I like it. So
Yeah,
I
I
was
do
happy
too.
to keep that. Thank you, honey. But I am Mrs. Evans.
Oh yeah,
And I signed paperwork, Mrs. Evans.
there you go, babe.
Speaking of, Alan and I did not get a prenup because, like I said, whether you like it or not, we're not getting divorced. So
God, I hope not.
right? So it's all ours from this point on. But, even if you didn't get a prenup, what's becoming more trendy right now, honey?
Trendy. What? What's trendy?
Baby-nups.
Oh my God, what's that? What's a baby?
You make an
nup?
agreement, non-binding contracts, but it's still an agreement between soon-to-be parents, how they're going to divide the parenting chores. So there's no question about it after the baby's born. I think there's a lot of resentment when one person is carrying the majority of the load when it comes to baby raising. But I've also found in just observing what I have of men with babies, they don't know what to do with the baby for the first 2 or 3 months. They're afraid of hurting the baby because they are so fragile and delicate. And I think once the babies start getting some kind of substance to them and can kind of hold their head up and they're kind of roly-poly, that a guy's more willing to come around and start being more involved. What do you think?
Well, gosh, it's been a while since I've had little infants, but I think a lot of times for guys, they want to be involved really early, but then when they try, to do something, sometimes the baby gets snatched away because you're not doing it right.
Because mama bear.
Because you're not doing it right.
Yeah, the mama bear thing.
Yeah.
I can see that. And then the whole, if you breastfeed, a man can't do that. So I can see that. But they say, while you won't be able to take your spouse to court if he or she does not do their fair share of diaper duty, if you do have a baby-nup, you at least have the ammunition you need to win a fight and go back and say, look here, honey, you agreed 3 nights a week, you're going to be the one to get up the baby. And I'll pump and you can use a bottle. Maybe that's an agreement.
I think this is a freaking recipe for disaster. Can't we just do things organically and just talk about it?
Well, you can.
Why do you have to have a baby-nup? Is this a signed document?
No, it's a non-binding, but it's an agreement. So going in.
Of course, we're the ones that made our kids sign a document.
Right. It's going in what's expected. So what if you don't talk about it and you just resentment builds up?
No, I'm saying you should talk about it.
Right. But that's sort of like having a baby-nup.
So
because you make agreements as to how is this going to work.
So we're just putting a label on it.
Right.
Okay.
But you agree to what?
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm with you.
All right. Let me see what else if you're in a public bathroom.
Whoa, okay.
And these are just random facts. If you are in a public bathroom and you have a choice between hot air, hand dryers, or paper towels, which one do you choose?
I will take the paper towel all day.
Why?
Every day.
Why?
Because when you blow that air on that water on your hands, all these little water droplets are going into the air. You're sucking them in your nose. It gets all over your feet. No one gets their hands completely dry when they do that under the blower. Everyone's touching the doorknob. It's nasty. Give me the towel. I dry my hands. I keep that towel in my hand, use it to open the doorknob, put my foot on the door, and then throw it away.
Okay.
That's as clean as I can be.
Well, paper towels are safer and they work faster and they remove more germs after washing.
Thank you.
A study from the University of Connecticut found hot air hand dryers pull in bacteria-filled bathroom air and deposit it on your hands.
I didn't even know that study, and I knew that just logically.
Yeah. But what about saving trees?
Saving trees.
Have you ever been to, it's paper, use trees.
I mean, I got a bookshelf full of books over here. What do you mean saving trees?
But listen, have you ever been to a bathroom where they have the rotating like rag instead of paper towels?
Yeah, I think I've seen that.
That is so gross.
That's pretty nasty. Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
That is so gross. It's like it's like cloth.
Yeah.
No. I will wipe my hands on my pants.
Well, you know what got me that one time at KFC was they had the towels, but it was that hard, almost like brown wrapping paper type paper.
I know
real
what you're talking
hard
about.
stuff.
Yes. And when it gets wet, it is nasty.
Oh, and I had to use that.
Yeah. Oh, for your butt.
Well, I wasn't going to say it.
Well,
when
you did let's refer back to episode whatever of that podcast when Alan revealed way too much.
Where I did the crab walk out of the stall.
Oh, man. I hope you didn't flush it because you backed up that system for a month.
Can you imagine? Golly, that was a low point in my life.
Well, if we're going to be really, I'm going to do a very adult break right now since we revealed that. This is a very mature subject. I'm just going to breeze through it and we're going to move on.
Okay.
You know how a lot of people get mad because, people who smoke still, is this starting to, vape now, they get smoke breaks, and the people that don't smoke, they just keep working.
Screw off on their computer.
Right. They're online shopping or whatever at EmmaKellieandMe.com. EKandMe.com.
Yep. Free shipping.
Hopefully.
Free shipping if your order's over $149.
That's a good deal.
Yep.
Well, according to Nottingham Trent University, UK, you know how those British people are.
Good eye, mate.
They can be a little randy, as they like to say. Employers should allow employees to pleasure themselves at work. Now, this is when you could use a well-placed whoa, 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 but you're not.
I'm going to wait until you get into this.
Psychologists say a masturbation break
Babe, you have got to change your voice.
Would be very effective at work and a great way to relieve tension and stress. Scientists say that an official masturbation policy might result in more focus, less aggression, higher productivity, and more smiling. This is a horrible idea because how do you explain time for my break? And they want it to be in the official employee handbook.
Now, here's the deal. This is in England?
Yes.
All right. Now, I have read that there are a percentage of employees that don't need a masturbation break. They just take care of business at work.
Well, that's during your break. You take a break.
No, but there's no official break. They just do it.
So might as well make it part of the employee handbook?
Well, no, I think people do it on the down low, but people do it.
How do you know?
Because I've read studies.
Where have you read those studies?
I've read them. I have.
Those anonymous questionnaires people fill out honestly.
Or but sometimes.
I just don't want to be saying to everybody, I'm taking my masturbation break.
I remember walking in, when I was in the corporate world, walking into this.
You walked in on somebody?
Well, there used to be a bathroom that was about a mile from my office. And it was known that that's the one you go to if you've got
poo.
Yeah, because it's super clean. It's super quiet. Nobody ever walks in, So I go over there one time, and it's a one-holer. And I walk in.
Does that mean one toilet?
One toilet.
And the rest
one
are
latrine,
urinals?
one toilet. So it's actually a two-holer, but it's a one.
Toilet and one urinal.
Right. So I go in there because I've got to,
You got to go.
Yeah. And I see some feet, and I'm like, golly, what is it? I kind of go out and stall for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, go back in. And he's like, dude, what are you doing in there?
Issues.
And it's real quiet. But I can hear the little thumb wheel on the BlackBerry.
Oh, so they were just scrolling.
Yeah. But then
Sometimes it takes people time.
I know, but then I'm thinking, well, maybe they're doing something else.
Maybe they were just reading, waiting for some action.
I don't understand that.
Maybe
just
they were
sit
checking
down,
emails.
get your business done, and go.
You made me forget how much I loved my BlackBerry. You made me reminded me how much I missed my BlackBerry. I loved BlackBerry, didn't you? I had to finally give in and get an iPhone.
Guys would do that at the latrines all the time.
Yeah, well, you read at home. That's why you have magazine racks next to the toilets for men.
No, while they're standing.
While they're standing?
Yeah, they got one hand on the stuff and the other hand on the BlackBerry.
Oh, come on. You can't be
I'm serious.
apart from it for 60 seconds.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, why are you multitasking?
Well, because they got to check that email. But you know what? According to Forbes, you should stop checking your email so often. The average office worker spends 2.5 hours a day reading and responding to an average of 200 emails. 144 of those 200 have nothing to do with their jobs.
And some guys spend 2.5 hours a day masturbating.
Since the average office worker spends 2.5 hours a day doing email, that's around 1.8 hours spent on irrelevant emails that have nothing to do with work. That equals out to 10 years spent on useless emails. I spend a large majority of my day unsubscribing. I don't know how I get on some of these email accounts. That's what I do. Pain in the butt. Speaking of our jobs, what are the most trusted occupations?
What are the most trusted occupations?
What professionals do we trust the most? For this year, nurses.
Oh, I was going to say who's Dr. The really good-looking doctor?
Dr. McDreamy or something?
No, the guy that worked on our...
Oh, the proctologist.
He's not a proctologist.
He
did the
colonoscopologist.
I trust him.
What's a proctologist?
A proctologist is a butt doctor.
Well, that's what he's doing, right?
He's not a butt doctor. He's like a gastroenterologist.
It goes up your...
I know, babe, but you shouldn't just say, well, everybody who works on your butt's a proctologist.
Well, maybe it's all connected. So anyway, that's followed by nurses, then medical doctors, pharmacists, high school teachers, police officers, accountants, and clergy. I'm surprised that some of those are as high as they are, especially, the way people have been treating police officers lately. It's not been very good. And I know there's been some bad press and there are some bad apples out there, but I don't know, the NFL and that whole, I don't know. Anyway, the least trusted occupation, politicians. Not really a surprise there.
What a surprise.
Not a surprise at all. All right. You were doing it the other day about the millennial brands, what millennials love. We had that whole list.
Amazon, #1 brand.
Right. Well, there are disappearing brands because millennials now have more spending power than any generation in human history. Millennials do. The desires and spending habits of today's 20 to 30 somethings mean some foods and other products appear headed for the graveyard of forgotten brands. I am very upset about some of these. Very. Among them, they say millennials don't like Diet Pepsi.
You don't like Diet Pepsi Cola,
Why?
huh? I don't know. I don't know.
What's wrong with that? I love Diet Pepsi. If I have to go without Diet Pepsi because you stinking millennials ruin it for me, there will be hell to pay.
Babe, you can still buy Big Red. Diet Pepsi ain't going anywhere.
Better not. Wheaties.
Wheaties.
Millennials don't care for that. They don't care for Tiffany's. Tiffany's jewelry store. They don't care for Campbell's soup. They're not eating Campbell's soup at home. What's wrong with you people? There's nothing like a quick can of Campbell's soup. You put a can in the pot, you add a little bit more water, you got a hearty meal.
I used to eat a lot when I was a single man.
Tons.
A lot of the Campbell's chunky sirloin burger.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at the sodium content on one of those?
I don't want to know. I was just talking the other day about somebody about how much I loved, I haven't had it in a long time, Campbell's split pea with bacon soup. That's good stuff.
I don't generally like anything pea. Like
Split pea with bacon soup.
Yeah, the only way I can eat peas is in fried rice. Did you know that?
I didn't know that,
I don't
but
like
I do
peas.
now.
I just don't like peas.
This is according to MoneyWise. They say millennials don't like Budweiser.
Okay.
Well, I think they're drinking Michelob Ultras, right? Mich Ultras.
And Trulies and White Claws?
Yeah. They don't like Harley Davidson.
How can you not like Harley Davidson?
It's not the millennials. I think Harleys are more of older. So once they get to, older age, these are the up and comers.
Okay.
And I'm taking issue with this one, Crocs, because Post Malone just came out with his own line of Crocs. But is he targeting the teenagers? That'd be Generation Z and not the millennials, 20 to 30 somethings? I guess that's why.
I don't know who's
So I'm
buying them,
guessing
but
the
somebody's
teens.
buying them.
I'm guessing that'd be the teens and the children, but millennials aren't into it. So that's interesting, I thought.
That is interesting stuff.
That's the stuff that millennials don't care for. But you know what millennials do care for? Photography.
I like photography.
I'm seeing a lot more millennials. They are decorating their homes with photos that they are taking with their iPhones because the iPhones do such a beautiful job. And, Alan with his nice camera, I think millennials are really embracing some of those old time, cameras that they can go out and take really great photos. And the best way to display them, you have them framed beautifully. And of course, we're going to recommend that if you want to do those beautiful pictures, if you want them framed to hang in your home, we recommend FrameBridge.
FrameBridge.
They do such a beautiful job. It's quality work. It's a fraction of the cost of what you would pay if you went to one of those framing stores. I remember schlepping up there with my mom when I was a kid, and it was an ordeal when you go and you pick out the mats and you have to color match and all this stuff in the right frame with the mat, and they cut it precisely and they say, okay, your order will be ready in 4 weeks. What is that? With FrameBridge, you get your stuff back so quick. I was sweating it. I thought I waited too long to order a special picture to be framed for my friend's surprise birthday. Not surprise, his anniversary celebration. I got it back in less than a week. And that wasn't even like with a special rush order. FrameBridge is so good and their quality is so excellent. I had some questions. I wasn't really sure about which mat and frame would work with the picture I was going with. And they have when you're online, this little window will pop up and say, do you want to chat with someone? Would it help you? Yes, I would. And it's not one of those chat bots with automated responses. It's a real person because you can ask it random questions and they respond to you and they say, let me ask my supervisor. I'll get right back to you on that. So incredibly helpful. And Framebridge packages their things so beautifully.
Second to none.
We've ordered stuff before, not through Framebridge. It comes in shattered,
broken,
because people don't wrap it properly. I'm telling you, Framebridge is the way to go for any of your precious things that you want framed.
They're the best, babe. And you can get started today by going to framebridge.com and use our promo code SANDWICH. You'll save an additional 15% off your first order. Just go to framebridge.com, promo code SANDWICH. That's framebridge.com, promo code SANDWICH. We love Framebridge. They're one of our longest standing partners. They just do a beautiful job. They really do.
They do. Let's get back to interesting stuff. I have a couple more things I want to get to. And then we're going to talk about, what were we? Oh, my facial. I'm going to tell you about that too. If you ever reached into a bag of Cheetos and you come up holding one that looks like something random, you know how people, you hold up a Cheeto and it looks like Jesus.
Whoa.
Stuff like that.
Okay.
People always say that. You see Jesus in toast and tea leaves,
Okay.
and the Virgin Mary and stuff. It's always religious, right?
Okay.
Because somebody's giving you a sign in your Cheetos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I feel about that. But if you come up with a Cheeto that looks like something really specific, hold on to it, because that could be money in your pocket.
You sell it on eBay.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Unreal.
On eBay, you can find hundreds of listings for rare
I was joking,
Cheetos.
but you're serious?
I'm serious.
Oh my gosh.
Go to eBay and look up rare Cheetos.
Oh no.
That's a thing. Would you like to buy a fluffy baby penguin? It's not a fluffy baby penguin. It's a Cheeto that looks like a fluffy baby penguin. You can have it for $850.
Oh, come on.
That's what they're asking.
I wonder if there are people that collect these.
A flamin' hot Michael Jackson goes for $700.
Whoa.
Perhaps a rock.
The Rock?
A rock. A flamin' hot Cheeto shaped like a rock is going for $850.
The Rock?
A rock, not the rock.
Who is A Rock?
Just a rock.
Who's a rock?
A stone, honey.
Oh.
Not to be eaten, just stored as a collectible. That's what the seller of a Cheeto shaped like a bald eagle sitting on a branch. A bald eagle sitting on a branch shaped Cheeto. They're asking for $850.
I'm not paying that. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to pay that.
Frito-Lay, which owns the Cheeto brand, has just finished a Cheeto Museum contest where the most exquisitely shaped cheese puff, in this case, a unicorn, won $50,000 and a permanent home at Ripley's, believe it or not. So
can I ask a practical...
There's money in them Cheeto bags.
Can I ask a practical question?
Yes.
Do you have any idea how Cheetos are manufactured?
I really don't.
I mean, it's random though, right? I mean...
Yes.
Okay. So they probably fry them somehow?
Yeah. They probably squirt, I would imagine, I don't know. I've never seen a Cheeto processing plant. And if you work for Frito-Lay, you can correct me.
Email us at podcast@kellyandallen.com.
But I would imagine it's some sort of squirty device that squirts the batter for the Cheetos down into a vat of grease that quickly fries them, flash fries them.
I bet they give tours
and whatever
up here at Frito-Lay.
Shape, maybe. And whatever shape comes out, comes out. Would you put it past Cheetos to have a set of molds that would perfectly shape some of these Cheetos?
Absolutely not. They're not going to waste money and time on that.
Maybe. If it's got this kind of payback on eBay and the
What kind of
talk,
payback are they getting?
well, they're getting the people talking about it and the hype. It's good press for
Social
Cheetos.
media?
Yeah, I mean, look at Flamin' Hot Cheetos. They're all the rage just because they added some extra spice. Oh, they have extra Flamin' Hot Cheetos now. And I got some for my daughter's sleepover. And the kids were like, whew.
Couldn't do it?
Whew,
Really?
very hot.
Really?
Extra Flamin' Hot. They like those, though, because they like that pain, I guess.
Mm.
So anyway, I told you last week, I think, I don't know where I talk about things sometimes, but maybe it's on social media or maybe it was on the podcast. But I, for the first time ever, had a micro needling process. I've never done that before.
I notice a lot of ladies, gals online that do this.
But this is a step up from plain micro needling.
Okay.
This is micro needling with radio frequency. How can I not? I'm in the radio. But apparently, according to Chelsea, who I let do whatever she wants to my face because she's a genius, she's with Smart New You. And
Love Chelsea.
she said that the radio frequency helps cauterize, I think I'm using the correct word, the veins, because usually when you do the micro needling, there's some bleeding involved because there's little needles going into your skin. And I had like a couple of pinprick little blood spots, but that was it because she said the radio frequency was cauterizing them. Now, it was a little painful. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say about a 3 to 4.
So if you think it was a 3 to 4, I would have thought it was like a 10.
Yeah, because you're a baby with pain.
Wow.
And I have a pretty good tolerance for pain. But she said that's about what the average woman says. And I also like the fact it's going to be over quickly. Now, I did notice with the now what this is going to do, micro needling, rather than having an invasive procedure, this helps your body regenerate collagen. Because what happens as you get older, your cheeks start to sink and you start getting sallow places under your eyes and, like pits in your cheeks. And this helps regenerate the stuff that gives you that kind of plumpness to your skin that gives you a healthy glow. Now, I also, because I'm starting to notice in my jawline, now I'm very lucky I've got good bone structure. I am not bragging. This is just me. This is
babe,
genetics.
Say bone structure.
Bone structure.
Say it one more time.
Bone structure. Why? What am I doing?
I just like how you say it.
What am I saying?
I just like how you say bone structure.
Well, I have good bone structure. And I do. And it's just genetic. And I'm very lucky.
You do, because I've been taking a lot of pictures of you, and you look fabulous in all those pictures.
Thank you. But I'm getting older. And around my bones, my skin is starting to sag some. So Chelsea also put some Sculptura, I want to call it, into my jawline. And it's going to naturally lift it.
Sculptura?
What I understand. Now, here's the thing. For a few days, I'm swollen. I'm kind of puffy, and it's a little tender. And I had some minor bruising around my jawline where the injection site went. But really, it was not that bad. The majority of people, nobody said a word to me about it. I don't think I looked like I was the bride of Frankenstein, but
I didn't notice anything.
You didn't notice my face was puffier?
I didn't.
I noticed it because,
I didn't notice anything.
I look at myself every day in the mirror. So I noticed I was a little puffy.
Well, I look at you every day too, but I didn't notice it.
I study myself.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm a little swollen and I had a little minor bruising, but otherwise you could do this on your lunch hour and go back to work. It wasn't that big of a deal. And I think I'm going to be really happy with the results.
Okay. Now, you explain this procedure. What's the long-term benefit of this? Just the plumpness?
It regenerates the collagen.
Okay.
And gives you that plumpness you need that you're losing, in your cheeks. Okay. And you're getting, these hollowed out spots under your eyes and things like that. She did it over my whole face. She did it on my forehead as well because it regenerates collagen that you have in your youth and you're using it as you get older. I'm 52. I know. I look great for 52.
You do, babe.
But
do dudes
I'm
do
working
this?
at it. Yeah.
They do?
Yeah.
Do I need this?
You can try. You can ask Chelsea what she thinks. And then the Sculptura for the sagging. And I also have Botox in my forehead.
So
that's what I've got going on in my face right now.
I've got bags fly free under my eyes.
Yeah. Well, you look fine. We're just tired because you've been staying up really late working. And I want to do something about my neck. I don't know what I want to do with that. She did a little bit of the microneedling down there too. I'm going to see how that works.
What about the lifestyle lift? I had a friend who did the lifestyle lift.
Yeah, I think what do? They cut you behind your ear and pull with a string.
Yeah.
My girlfriend works for a plastic surgeon's office and she is willing to try anything as a guinea pig. But when they told me about, I think it was the lifestyle lift, I'm not really 100% sure if I'm talking out of my butt right now or not. Is that where they put like the string in your jaw and there's like a hook and they go click, click, click and it clicks it up.
That just doesn't sound good.
I know. When I heard that click, 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 I said, I'm out.
I'm out.
Because I don't
I'll
like
sag.
that
I'm
idea.
Out. I'll sag.
Now, if it makes me like $1 million and it doesn't hurt, I might consider it. But that right now I'm not into that. But I do have the Sculptura. And I'll let you know. I mean, it's going to take a couple weeks before I think I see the real results because I'm still a little swollen.
So what's the street price on all this stuff? We have any idea?
Well, I haven't gotten the bill on it yet. She bills me.
Well, I didn't know. Well, I don't know if it's expensive or cheap. I have no idea.
Well, it's not cheap,
okay.
but women will do that in order to avoid having their faces cut on.
Okay. Why are you so sensitive about that?
I just don't know.
Well, everyone asks that when you talk about
I'll find out.
procedures like this.
You can
they
reach out
want to know.
Chelsea at Smart New You, and she'll be happy to tell you.
Exactly. Or email Kelly at podcast@kellyandallen.com.
I'll find out the answer for you because I haven't gotten the bill for that because I had like 3 things done at once.
Whoa. It's going to be expensive, huh?
Yeah, get ready.
Be like a car payment.
Well, you know what? You should be wanting to show me off like a car. You should want to show me off like your Prowler.
What are you talking about? I take pictures of you all the time and post them online.
That's what I'm saying.
How am I not showing you off?
That's what I'm saying. I'm worth it.
That's all I do.
That's what I'm saying. I'm worth it, Alan. I'm making an analogy. Man.
Hey.
Keep trying to pick fights with me.
I'm not picking a fight. You're just grumpy. I'm Mary Poppins, this podcast. You're the grumpy one.
You don't make as much money working at home as you would if you went into the office, right? That was once true, but not anymore. The latest census figures show that the average salary of people who work from home is now about $42,400, approximately $2,000 more than those who commute into office. So that means the average person is making right at $40,000 a year. So if you are making more than that, you are above average. If you're making less than that, you need to go and ask your boss for a raise. So people who work from home are now the highest paid earners in the country on average. That's according to Bloomberg magazine.
Holla. And you know what a hidden expense is for a lot of people, and you don't even think about it, are your travel expenses back and forth to work.
Yeah, if you live in a big city, it's really bad.
Think about it. Your fuel, your toll tag.
Well, a lot of small cities don't have tolls, but we do in the big city.
Your auto maintenance.
Yeah.
Your insurance. All those things you have to have just to drive a car across town.
Yeah.
That stuff adds up.
My friend was able to work it out where she could work from home, and she sold her car. She said, because if I'm working from home, I'll just take an Uber when I need to go anywhere, to the grocery store or whatever. She's saving so much money. She doesn't have a car payment, insurance payment, gas, maintenance on a car, gone. And, she works from home, and she'd moved to an area where it's one of those, a lot of mixed use buildings. Is that what they call it? What do they call those? Mixed use?
Yeah.
Where it's like a lot of shops and restaurants with people living above them.
Yeah.
Is that called mixed use?
New urbanism.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And she lives, down the street from like an entertainment area. So there's no need for her to really drive anywhere. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, yeah. If I could ditch a car and live in an area where I could walk to everything, I would totally do it if I could make it work. Now, we can't because we live in Dallas-Fort Worth. We have children here, and we need cars.
Yeah.
But like New York City, I mean, if I could afford to live there and things were different, I'd totally do that.
Well, people who can't afford to live in New York City live in New York City.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's the truth.
But the car is like next to your house. That's the biggest expense you got.
Yeah. I'm just like, I was blown away when she decided I'm pulling the trigger. I'm getting rid of the car. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. I would feel like you would lose your sense of freedom, but Uber is always available. Now, that's not the case in small towns. If you're listening to our podcast in a small town, some people don't even have an Uber. I mean, it's just like non-existent, but cabs.
I read an article one time, I can't remember, it was in a car magazine. It was like Road and Track or Car and Driver. And they did an experiment. They added up the yearly expenses of a guy commuting back and forth to work in a big city, a metro area, using his own car and fuel plus toll tags plus gas, or fuel, toll tags, insurance, maintenance, and the cost of that and his car payment. And then compared that to if he just Ubered to work, back and forth to work every day.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost exactly the same cost to that guy to just take an Uber to work every day and ditch his car.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? That's how much it costs to have a car. I mean, it is expensive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a drain, but in an area like we live, you can't
we have to.
not have a car.
That's not really true. If we learned how to use the public transportation system.
How are we going to get on it? You got to drive to it.
But there is a bus route near. You just have to walk a little bit to get to it.
Where's the nearest bus route?
There's one on the main road over there. There's a bus stop. I see people sitting out there under a tree all the time.
You going to go schlep over there at 4 a.m.
No, I don't.
and take Dart over to Las Colinas?
I do not, but I'm saying there is a way if there is a will. we don't have the will
Yeah.
at this point in our life.
One time I took the dart rail from Plano downtown just as an experiment.
Just to see what it was like.
And it took about an hour.
Well, that's not saving a lot of time unless
No, it wasn't.
rush hour, maybe getting to work, it might. Did you do it during rush hour?
This was a long time ago, and I remember the kids were with me. So
We must have done it for fun.
We must have been going downtown to do something. I can't
Because
remember.
maybe that would be less stressful if you were commuting, like, you know, people do in New York and stuff. Like, people commute into New York from Pennsylvania.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like an hour
From
or so.
Connecticut, yeah.
And they can get a lot of work done and, you know, read or sleep or whatever. I can see where that would be beneficial there. But not for me. But when we retire, maybe we should look into living in one of those hip and trendy areas where we don't have to have a car.
I'm going to live in a Newmar King Air.
Oh, Lord. Quit. You know, I guess if you say it enough, you're going to finally convince me we're really going to do it.
They're nice.
They are nice.
I mean,
Our house is nice.
They're nice.
But we have a nice house.
But we could sell our house and get a Newmar King Air.
Why would you do that?
Because you can go anywhere.
Well,
You can take your home anywhere.
we could drive our car anywhere.
We could take it up to the Pacific Coast Highway
We could
and
drive
hang
our
out
car
there.
right up there.
Then we could go to Yellowstone.
We could.
Drive up to Seattle, go over to Vancouver.
Yeah, we'll
then
talk about that.
Drive all the way across Canada to Banff, then go all the way over to Toronto.
Do you
then come
really
back
wanna
down
go-
come back down to New York City?
You know me. Do you really want to be stuck in a car across the entire country with me?
I don't have to be. You can go back into the master suite.
God. We'll see.
Okay.
We'll see. Hey, you know, Alan and I know we don't sound like it right now because I'm fighting a cold and we're both like, we're working a little extra hard right now. We got a lot of stress, but you know what? There is an app that we use that can help us with that.
Noom.
Yeah, you know, Noom, a lot of people use it for weight loss. That's a very important thing. But Noom also can help you if you're trying to just make healthier choices in life. If you're trying to work on being in a better mood, some of us could use that. Dealing with teenagers.
I'm Mary Poppins.
Bert, his name was Bert.
Oh, Bert.
Bert the chimney sweep. I finally remembered it. Anyway, if you want to control stress, anxiety, Noom is also great for that too. If you could just use one program that could work with all those needs, including weight loss, no more hunting for training apps, workouts, calorie trackers, meal plans. Plus, you'd have a goal specialist and a community of other members to keep you motivated and keep you accountable. It's like having, you know, a partner doing this with you all in just one place. That's the beauty of Noom. Noom is not a diet. It is a healthy, easy to stick to way of life. No food is good. No food is bad. No food is off limits. Noom teaches you moderation. It can be used in conjunction with many of the pre-existing popular diets if you want. But one of the biggest and most accurate food databases available is right there on Noom. So you can track meal habits, you can visualize portion sizes, you can see the calorie density all in one glance. And look, we're all strapped for time. Noom just says, hey, give us 10 minutes a day. Give that gift to yourself 10 minutes. And you're going to make some positive improvements in your life and develop healthy habits to last you until you're retired, driving around the country in your Newmar. You're human, and if you do go off track, there's no shaming, just tips to help you get back on track. Hey, maybe I've been stress eating a little bit, Noom, because I've got a lot of anxiety, Noom. You going to help me get back on track? Yes, Noom's going to help you do that. Because you can chat with your goals specialist and the Noom community who can give you tips and motivate you. Hey, it's okay. You fell off. Get back on, Kelly Raspberry Evans. You can do it.
But you don't have to do it all in one day.
That's right, babe.
You don't got to change it all in one day. Small steps make big progress. Sign up for your trial today at Noom. That's NOOM.com/sandwich. So what do you have to lose? Visit Noom.com/sandwich to start your trial today. That's Noom.com/sandwich. The last weight loss program you'll need.
Ever. What?
You said something in that that advertisement that we did for Noom that what did you just say? You said something about Bert. What did you say?
Bert, because you keep saying you're Mary Poppins, and I said you should be the chimney sweep, and I couldn't remember his name.
Dick.
Dick Van Dyke played the chimney sweep.
The actor's name was Dick.
Dick Van Dyke, who is still alive, by the way. Shocking, right?
Is he really?
Mm-hmm. He's propped up, man, but he's there. But his character's name was Bert, right? was Bert, the chimney sweep.
Oh,
You keep calling yourself Mary Poppins. That's why I said you're Bert.
Here's a random thought I just popped in my head. I was out with
Mary
Jeff.
popped in your head.
Jeff this weekend, and we were sitting with somebody, and the subject of Rodney Dangerfield came up.
Dead.
Well, this guy we were sitting with, he insisted that Rodney Dangerfield was still alive.
No, Rodney's dead.
And I was like, dude, I really don't think he's alive. And he goes, no, he's still alive.
We could do a whole segment on Dead or Alive. That's like a fun party game.
I said, Google it. So he Googles it. He died in 2004.
He's been dead a minute.
Dude, how could you think he's alive? He died 15 years ago. How could you think he's still alive?
I don't know. He still has, I guess if people still want to watch some of his movies and his stand-up, I don't know.
But there are some people that you play that game. It's kind of a dark game.
Dead or Alive.
The Dead or Alive game. And you don't really know. You don't really know. Mary Tyler Moore.
Alive.
Is she? I thought she was dead.
I'm going to say alive.
Studio audience, help us out on that
I
one.
can Google it real quick, but I think she's alive.
I don't think Mary Tyler Moore's still with us,
Google.
babe. Carol Burnett.
Alive.
Carol Burnett's alive?
Yeah, I know that. Mary Tyler Moore is
dead.
Dead.
Died in 2017.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I thought she was alive.
Yeah, I didn't think she was still with us.
I know Carol Burnett's still alive.
Carol Burnett's
Why
still
did I know
alive?
Mary Tyler Moore was dead? That's not as bad as Rodney Dangerfield been dead for. See,
he's
that's
been
the
dead
thing.
15
You never know.
years.
Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore's dead.
Don Rickles.
Dead.
Dead. Bob Hope.
Dead. Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Why are we laughing about this?
I'm not laughing.
You're laughing. I'm not laughing.
I'm not laughing.
I'm not either. Not a fun game to play. I think it's inappropriate too. Shouldn't be playing that.
Okay, I'll stop. Hey, I was going to leave you some motivation, honey.
Oh.
Alan and I, tomorrow night, we'll be talking about this on the next podcast.
Are you dropping knowledge?
We've already talked about it. We're hosting a Emma, Kelly, and me launch party.
But I know you're about to get into this, but by the time they listen, they can go to the website and order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So by the time you listen to this podcast on Thursday morning, October the 17th, you can, I feel like I've got something in my pants. It's bothering me. You can go to the website, but as of right now, you cannot. So don't do that. But I was just looking, we're doing this. It's like, let's just try this. Let's see what happens. It's going to be great. I've been wanting to do something with my daughter so we can have that fun mother-daughter bond again, because we need something to bond over right now. But I was looking at some, not that I'm a celebrity, but I saw this article today just randomly, and I think it came across, I don't think these things come across my radar randomly. I think maybe I was meant to see this article today because it kind of was like, wow, we could be sitting on a gold mine here, honey.
Radar on MASH, Dead or Alive?
Dead.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think he's dead.
I think he's dead. Okay, so we were looking at just celebrities who have side hustles. That was what the article was called. Mm-hmm. And there was a list of them that's too long to go into. But here are some of the more successful ones, just for your knowledge. Diddy is a big ambassador. He had his own clothing line, Sean John and all that. But this article was talking about Ciroc vodka. Mm-hmm. Okay, so Ciroc was introduced in North America. I guess that includes, Canada and everything, in 2003. And at the time, their brand ambassador who was going to introduce Ciroc to America, because it's from France, was an NFL player named Earl Little.
I don't remember Earl Little.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's who they had as their brand ambassador. That was in 2003. So what they tried to do was get it out in the nightclubs, get it out in different, concert venues across the country. And they were really focusing on Atlanta and Miami. That was their plan. Well, by 2007, with 4 years under the ambassadorship of Earl Little, they were struggling to sell 40,000 cases a year. So they brought on Diddy as a brand ambassador, and he really embraced it. He declared Ciroc vodka was going to be the vodka of New Year's. He made these big parties.
I remember the commercials.
Right.
Yeah.
That was all his brainchild.
Yeah.
And since that he came on board, Diddy has been handling all the marketing and all the promotion and splitting the profits equally with the manufacturing partner, Diageo. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but it's a British-based multinational alcoholic beverage maker. Anyway, how about that? That was his deal. So he made Ciroc what it is today. Now, George Clooney, who sold the Casamigos tequila, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he did that with Cindy Crawford's husband, Randy Gerber. Randy Gerber has always been in the restaurant and club business. Many years ago, when George Clooney was in New York City filming a movie, he would go to Randy Gerber's bar and they became friends. He would hang out there every night. He was there for 3 months filming and they would bond over tequila. They became such great friends. They bought houses on the same piece of property in Mexico and they called it Casamigos, House of Friends, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the tequila ended up being named after. This is really interesting stuff. So while they're in Mexico, they love tequila. So they go out to all these restaurants and say, hey, what do you recommend to drink? And they'd ask all these, bartenders and stuff. And they said some of the tequila was good, some of it not so good, some of it really expensive. And finally, George said one day, why don't we just come up with our own tequila? Something that we like that's just for us. So that's when they started off for almost 2 years. This was just like a little project they had.
Mm-hmm.
They sampled 700 different tequilas until they found the right blend that was what they were looking for. They wanted it to be super smooth, zero burn going down. They wanted you to be able to sip it either on ice or no ice. Don't have to mix it with anything. And they wanted it to be something you could drink from the time you wake up in the morning until the time you go to bed at night. Not an alcoholic getting trashed, but that you wake up the next day without a hangover. And they finally found it after 700 tries. So in 2013, Casamigos Tequila was founded. 4 years later, they sold it to that Diageo place that's working with Diddy for $1 billion. $700 million up front, another $300 million based on how the tequila performs over the next 10 years, which is why George Clooney and Randy Gerber are both still very much involved. In fact, this is the only thing Randy Gerber does now, and George Clooney is still in there because as long as he can keep promoting this tequila, which, let's be honest, a large part of its success is because his face is on it, they're going to get another $300 million in 10 years. And that was just two guys that liked tequila and wanted to try something new.
That's a good business deal there.
And because of that, Ryan Reynolds jumped on it. 8 months after that deal, Ryan Reynolds, he didn't go around creating his own line of alcohol, but he decided to, because, tequila's covered, vodka's covered by Diddy. So he became the new owner, chairman, and the face of Aviation Gin. And I believe that was a smart move on his part because I think they said that gin was what the drink of millennials. That's the drink of millennials now. They like to do the gins. So that's what he's doing. I'm guessing he's hoping that he can someday flip it for billions like George Clooney. But good luck with that, Ryan, because I haven't tried that yet. Are you a big gin drinker?
I used to drink gin and tonics, but I don't really care for them anymore.
Well, he says he loves it. He said he's tried every gin on the planet, and Aviation is hands down the best. Also, I don't recommend ever trying every gin on the planet. Stick with this one.
Yeah, for a while there, gin made a comeback, and I don't know if it's still trendy to drink gin. It kind of made a comeback.
Well, he's hoping for it.
Yeah.
But real quick, just because I wanted to do something outside of the alcohol family, Jessica Alba. Now, she is, I think everybody knows, the founder of the Honest Company. But this is what she decided to do. She got on the organic, natural products trend before it became trendy. She got on it very, very early. So in 2008, her first daughter, Honor, was born. And inspired by her own history of childhood illnesses, she had a lot of problems herself, Jessica did, growing up. And then her mother recommended this baby laundry detergent. And it was supposed to be for babies. So you'd think for sensitive baby skin. Honor broke out in welts all over her body. And Jessica said, I got to do something. I want to come up with a line of products that are all natural. They don't have all these chemicals that the the FDA says is fine, that we could have all these chemicals, but she's like, it's not fine. That's not what I want on my baby's body. So she took, how many years it said? She took like 3 years to find the right business partners, because she was okay as an actress. She wasn't rolling in money. She didn't have the money to front all this stuff herself. So she found 3 business partners. And despite being advised to start small with just one single focus, she launched the Honest Company in 2012 with only 17 products. And in 2013, that's the very next year, $50 million in sales off of just those 17 products.
Dang. That took
and
off.
She's gone on. Yeah, over the years, they're like, the company is valued at $1 billion now, and it's expanding into Western Europe this year. And she does the Honor products. So she's had some bumps in the road where she's changed some management. And what happens with these companies, they try so hard to be ethical, but when they get up to the bigger levels, they try to sneak in some, additives and things. And so people started suing them, saying, hey, you said this is organic, this is synthetic, why is this in here? And she got in a lot of trouble for her sunscreens. They were trying to cut back on some of the zinc or something because it was more aesthetically pleasing and people were getting sunburns. So she got sued and settled with those lawsuits, but still the company valued at $1 billion because she had an idea and wanted to follow through with it. I thought that was inspirational. So if you have an idea for a small business, you want to maybe find the best tasting chocolate chip cookie and you can't find it. Look what Mrs. Fields did.
Tish treats.
Yeah. I mean, there's an idea in you. It doesn't have to be a completely original idea. George Clooney didn't invent tequila, but he found a tequila that, he sampled and blended until he found one that was what he wanted. I'm not out there designing clothing, but I'm going out and finding clothing that I like, and I'm going to try to set up an online boutique. I'm not trying to. We set up an online boutique.
Talking about trying to.
I know. That's what I just changed.
It's done.
So, I mean, follow your dreams. You never know. And you might fail, and you're going to have failure, but, you learn from failure more than you learn from successes, right? Although I don't want to learn too many lessons from failure. Let me just put that out in the universe. I'd like to learn some lessons from success.
Look at you, babe. Big businesswoman talking about business cases, and
I was just
like
research on it.
That was like a little case studies there you went through. I'm very impressed.
Well, I only picked the ones that were successful. Next week, I'll go through the ones that crashed and burned and they lost everything. Not really.
Well, that's not going to happen to Emma Kelly.
We're going to end on a positive note.
I am confident that if you go to ekandme.com, you're going to see all these fabulous pictures of Kelly and all this wonderful clothing she picked out and all these wonderful handbags she helped design. And I think you're going to really like them.
I hope so.
I think you really will.
I hope so.
So go to ekandme.com.
It's only going to get bigger and better from here.
ekandme.com.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty simple.
If you go now, you're not going to see anything listening. I mean, if you're like while we're recording it, but by the time you hear this podcast, you'll see everything.
Yeah. Yeah. By the time
this podcast drops, it is live.
It is live. We're going to
go check it out. Buy stuff. Hey, if you feel like it, slap your credit card down.
We're going to be picking, packing, and shipping.
And there's a newsletter or something. You subscribe to something.
Yeah.
What is the newsletter going to be?
We're going to collect email addresses and we're going to send good information.
Okay, good.
Could be coupons. Could be offers. Could be promotions.
Could be a way to style. Maybe
could be a way to style.
Share styling tips.
Could be a video
outfits.
From Kelly Raspberry.
Yeah. Maybe we'll have a special cocktail party or something. We can come out and meet.
Hey,
and I'll wear our Emma Kelly and me stuff.
You know what? After this party, we're going to
be broke for a minute.
Yeah, we're not going to have parties for a while.
We're going to be really broke for a long, hot minute. Because guess what we're doing right after the Emma Kelly and me launch party? Taking the kids to Disney World.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be just decimated financially.
All right, babe. We'll talk about that next podcast. I'm pulling the big hook out.
All right.
Everyone has a breaking point. I think
you reached yours?
I think I've reached mine.
Why? Oh, we're talking about how much money we're about to lose? Yeah.
No, it's good. No, I think we should bring it home for Jerome and let our listeners go do something maybe productive with their day, then listen to this buffoonery.
Maybe they can go start their own business.
Yeah, maybe they can.
Sparked an idea, planted a seed.
Exactly. Well, good, babe. Thanks for making it through this podcast, even though you started off really grumpy.
Well, thanks for reminding me. I forgot I was grumpy.
Good. See, I got you out of it. It was all me.
Let's be honest. It was all me.
All right. Well, I love you desperately. I love our listeners desperately. I love EmmaKellieandMe.com desperately.
I love Emma Kelly desperately, y'all. She's just 13.
But I'm sure we'll podcast again probably real soon.
Probably.
And in the immortal words of the great Keanu Reeves, life is good when you have a good sandwich.